Is the herpes removal program all it's stacked up to be? There is a lot of herpes literature out there that claims to have a definitive cure for the virus. If you have herpes, then you have probably come across a lot of these. Herpes removal is yet another program promising not just to treat your herpes but to cure it outright. If this sounds too good to be true to you, then you are not alone. The author of herpes removal is Linda Williams, a woman who had lived with the disease for years before finally discovering an all-natural treatment. In this herpes removal review, you will learn about what the program is and whether it is a valid treatment option for someone dealing with herpes. Background on herpes removal. Linda Williams, the creator of the program, suffered from herpes for quite some time. Although she never indicates exactly how long she had herpes removal program and the disease, she does indicate that it was in her system for a very long time. In herpes removal, she talks about her lack of success taking prescription medication. Click to edit item. She, like many other individuals on herpes medication, incurred secondary side effects from the drugs. In many cases, the side effects were almost as bad as the disease the drugs were trying to treat. When the drugs failed to work properly, Williams felt as if she was getting hit from both ends of the spectrum. Her unfortunate experience with standard herpes medication made her rethink her approach toward finding a treatment option. That is what led her to devise an all-natural formula for treating and even curing herpes. The down low. Williams's story seems to be legitimate. After years of experiencing the painful effects of herpes, she decided to look elsewhere and succeeded in coming up with the herpes removal program. Although her method has not been scientifically tested or proven by any kind of government agency, it appears to have worked out favorably for her and many of her clients. One of the claims that herpes removal makes is that following the program can reduce your outbreaks in as little as 3 days. This seems like a bold claim that might not even be necessary, or necessarily true. 3 days is a very short amount of time, especially when you consider that herpes is supposed to be a lifelong disease. There is no direct evidence that the herpes removal program can work in 3 days. That being said, it may work that fast for certain people. Another issue we had with Williams's story was her apparent vagueness in regard to her own illness. She seemed to be speaking from a place of ignorance almost. She never mentions how long she had herpes, and the stories surrounding her shame and embarrassment all seem contrived. That is to say, if you are looking for a book that adequately sympathizes with your plight as a herpes sufferer, then you may want to look elsewhere. Is it worth it? Overall, herpes removal shows some positive results. Although the writing may not be as solid as some other programs, herpes removal can certainly get the job done. You should not expect to be completely cured in 3 days, but the system can be beneficial to you. On top of that, it comes with a 60-day money-back guarantee. If you are not satisfied, you will be paid back in full as long as you respond within 60 days. Herpes removal is not just a one-off ebook either. When you buy into their program, you are afforded access to their website, which is filled with other resources. One of the positives of this information is that it stresses that a herpes diagnosis is not your fault. Herpes often occurs as the result of a dishonest sexual partner and a weakened immune system. You cannot blame yourself for this affliction. Because of this, herpes removal gets an 8 out of 10 on our scale. Is the herpes removal program